because we had a Miguel and Holly fan member that said, "Hey, I really need some help on navigating first dates.
Mm,
I enjoy hearing about Scott's single life now that he's newly single,
yeah.
but I need a little guidance on how to approach first dates because I haven't had great ones in the past."
And forgive me if I'm wrong, but the message was like, how do you handle the anxiety leading up to it,
Right.
the
True.
fear of rejection about it? And so we kind of led with that yesterday.
Absolutely. And so we wanted to jump back into some of our tips on how to navigate a first date. You want to kick us off, Holly?
Sure. So my big thing, and this is like sort of it's almost a little preachy for me because
Mm,
this is something that I would consistently do wrong.
okay.
But once you know better, you do better.
Okay.
Mhm.
Do not change or morph yourself into
Ah.
someone that you think the other person would like.
Right. So give us an example of what that means. Because
Okay.
I feel like we might have different ones. So I think
Okay.
I know where you're going.
Okay, so basically, I have always been a people pleaser all my life. And
Mhm.
so I would bring that energy unknowingly into a first date because a first date is almost like a job interview, right?
Absolutely.
You want to put your best foot forward. You
Right.
want the other person to like you. I think
Right.
that's natural.
Absolutely.
But that's where my brain would get confused. You want the other person to like you. That doesn't mean you have to do everything in your power to get them to like you. You want them to
Mm.
like you for who you are. And
Right.
if it doesn't work, ow, that sucks.
Right.
What I would do is like I would go, I had a really great first date once with someone that I was like really trying to impress.
Yeah.
And so I ordered something that I would never usually order off the menu. I laughed at jokes that were not funny.
Right.
And like just things that were out of character for me. I
Just
can't think of
wasn't you.
specific examples, but it just wasn't who I am.
Right.
But I was doing all that because I was like, if they like me at the end of this date, I win.
That's all that matters.
But they don't even like me. They like some weird concocted version of me I just made up.
Right. No, and I am gonna piggyback off of you in about because I was really bad about that myself. That, I have a very strong moral code. And sort of like you, I was like, well, I just want them to like me at any cost.
Right.
And so when we would have discussions about things on the first couple of dates, and if I didn't agree with something, I would just nod and say, oh yeah, okay, that I agree. That makes sense. When anybody else in the world said that to me, I'd be like, I'm sorry, that's wrong. But I was like, ooh, I don't want conflict. I don't want to seem like I'm not agreeable.
Yeah.
I want to just go along with the flow and be easygoing. Miguel Fuller is not an easygoing person.
No.
And so I was portraying someone that I totally was not at all. And then when I finally was honest with myself, Abe, my fiance, was like, I like the fact that you disagree with me and we can have these conversations.
And let's just look into the other person for a second. Now you're like entrapping them with someone that you're not.
Right.
Exactly.
You're like, here's this facade. And then when eventually the real you comes out, they're like, who
Ooh,
are you?
What is this person?
Why,
What?
why are you not the person I like? Oh, I never have been. I was just pretending.
So this is our first date guide. Scott, what else do you have?
The one I want to say is don't go too far off of who you already are, as in with the actual physical attributes too. Like,
Mm.
let's say if you're not a big makeup wearer and you're going out on a first date, don't decide that day, like, I'm just going to load up
Ooh,
and put
good
everything up on
call.
my skin. Don't do that. Or for me, like I've done this before where it's like, I'd wear cologne every day, but you get so excited that you're like, maybe I'll do like 2 more spritzes. Don't
No,
do that. Like,
no.
go off of how you normally would go about your day. Be
Good
yourself,
call.
wear something that's, pretty normal for you to wear. Don't do it way overboard with makeup, and don't do too many smells, or else you're going to do the opposite of what you want to do is smell
Yeah.
good. You're going to smell way too good.
No, I agree with that. I remember one time, I think it was like around 25, 26. I was going on a date with someone that I thought was very successful.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I need to dress the part because they're
Yes.
going to want someone successful. I took out a credit card at Express because I was like, I need to get a blazer. I need to dress nice.
That is all the way.
And how many dates did that go on? One.
But she had a blazer at least.
I did. Mine is ask questions of the other person and truly be curious about them.
Yeah.
Because there were times that I would go on dates where I just felt like I was talking to a brick wall and I felt like I was getting to know them, but they didn't ask me any questions about myself. And I'm like, I don't want to have to always be pulling information from you.
Yeah.
It's a
And then
dance.
you don't know about me. Like, let's go back and forth. I want you to be truly curious about who I am. What do I believe in? What are things that make me tick? I want to know that you're interested in me and vice versa.
Yeah.
Holly, do you have another one?
I have one more quick one. I know we're
Okay.
running out of time. Don't do all the way on the first date.
Wait.
Nope.
Oh,
No. Don't
Now,
don't
Holly,
do it.
tell us why you shouldn't, and Scott, tell us why you think it's okay.
Okay, I will.
Because you just don't know a person. Like, you're basically strangers.
Yeah.
And it's just, you don't know that person's intentions.
Mm-hmm.
You are, especially, I want to say, especially for the more sensitive one in the partnership, you're opening yourself up to a world of hurt that you just don't need, because that can wait. It can wait. One of the best pieces of advice Miguel gave me was, don't do that on the first date. There was a first date a long time ago that I was like, I really want to do it. And then on my Uber ride back home, I was like, I just wanted to do it. And Miguel was like, but you didn't. I'm so proud of you. And I could not tell you how relieved I am to this day that I didn't do it.
Scott?
All right, so I like to look at it as in, like, this is like almost the end test. Let's see how we are good at tangoing. Are we a good tango couple? And if we're not, you know what? We'll wrap it up there. But
No, you can't.
if you feel like you're like, hey, I think it's a good night to tango, I say you live in the moment. You don't know what tomorrow will bring. Let's tango, baby. Let's
Tomorrow
tango.
don't bring no STDs.
Do not tangle. Let me tell you, do not tangle. Why can't you wait just one more date? Just one more date. What's another day?
I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I'm living for the night.
The next date.
Exactly.
There might not be another date. Then you're just like, well, let me just add another.
I just gave away some of my cookies, and I'll never get that cookie back.
Some people want a taste of the cookie.
Save that.